every single mixed game player thinks they're the best and they think everyone else sucks, regardless of what their actual skill level is. And because everyone is delusional, and because the retard level or the R level is so high, right? That we produce so many fine, what I refer to as doctors, okay? Delusional retards.
Me and my buddy, we making all of this money. Yeah, I know it's rude to be bragging. They never catching us slacking. Me and my buddy.
All right, guys, welcome back to Table One Podcast. Co-host Art Parman, other co-host Justin Young, and very special guest today, Michael Thorpe.
Wait, you have a last name? I thought your first name was Crazy. Your last name was Mike.
Everyone knows me as Crazy Mike. To be honest, I bet 90% of the people that I interact with have no idea what my last name is.
I know. I had to read this morning. I had to look at my phone. I was like, oh, yeah, it is Thorpe. Oh, my God.
Is Ed Thorpe your father?
The guy that did the blackjack?
Yeah.
No. But my dad's name is actually Ed Thorpe, but it's not the same guy that wrote the book. He was a pilot and so forth, and he's my dad, but old now.
Wow.
But has nothing
your father's name,
but nothing to do with blackjack or any of that book. No, unfortunately,
or hedge funds, or.
But yeah,
not that famous.
To Michael Thorpe's credit, like his everyone knows him as either Crazy Mike or Crazy,
or Mr. Crazy.
Yeah, more Mr. Crazy.
If you make him call you that,
yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Guess the ring is Mr. Crazy.
Yeah.
So okay, let's start there. How did you get the nickname Crazy Mike?
Sure. So it's not just, I didn't name myself, of course. You can't ever have a nickname that's never named yourself. So when I was in the military in San Diego, I played at Viejas Casino and I ran into a bunch of Limit Holdem players, which was with a game back then in the early 2000s, like 2001, 2002, 2003. That was what was played online mostly, like on Paradise Poker, Planet Poker, and then the beginning of Empire Poker, which was a sub of Party Poker. Limit Holdem is pretty much the only thing that was played online, and No Limit wasn't really that. So there was an 8-16 Limit Holdem game, and I played with a bunch of other mics, and there was like a Mike L, there was like a Surf Mike, there was Crazy Mike, there was a few other mics, and Chris Vitch, also known as Death Donkey, named me Crazy Mike because he also lived in San Diego, and we were close back, when he lived in La Jolla and I lived on board a naval ship. A destroyer. And then I would go out when we were in port to the casinos and play Limit Holdem. So I was fun, and I guess I had a lot of energy. I had to get out of the military structure. I had to actually go out and be me. So I was rambunctious. I'd run around the room, yell like a hyena, just have fun. And that's how the moniker Crazy Mike began. And then it stuck. And I think I've kind of lived up to it consistently for the last 20 years. I think I've been pretty consistent. You've known me for such a long time. I think you would say that my behavior when we played mix, when you joined us in the mix games back in early like 2009, 2010, 2011, is probably the same now. I haven't really changed much.
I agree. I was going to ask,
which is surprising.
I was going to ask if your personality dictated the moniker, or once you get the nickname, you kind of like try to build yourself up to the nickname.
Exactly. So no, I think that in poker, I love to have fun. I love to be eccentric. My whole crazy, persona or facade, I guess you would say, is pretty good. But when I'm outside of the poker world or outside the casino, I'm actually just pretty normal, to be completely honest with you.
I mean, normals might be a stretch, Mike. I'm not going to lie. Like we've gone out to plenty of lunches and stuff like that.
It's it's normal to me.
Sure. To be fair, he's normal comparatively.
Sure. I'm not going to Best Buy and then just like screaming and yelling and whatever when I'm shopping or something like that. I mean, no, I'm a normal person. So to me, but at a casino, I'm like screaming and yelling and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. It's probably the only place in society where I could be, how I am without like having like the police called on me or something. You know what I'm saying? Which is it's like a safe space to me. So Bobby's room is a safe space for me.
That's a good way to put it. I like it. All right. So I'm sure you've seen every one of our episodes, and we do appreciate it. But let's take you back to when you were a little bit crazy.
Sure. You just want to get my whole history and bio of how I started? How I started in poker?
So basically, like the genesis of the reason for this podcast is to let the public kind of figure out how some respectable people can go from like semi-intelligent to very intelligent people, and then they pick this stupid thing we call gambling or poker or whatever you want to call it, instead of being whatever, a businessman.
I wanted to be a lawyer.
Right.
But now I try to make 7-7. And to the viewers out there, to understand what 7-7 is, okay? Because I understand that most of your guests, probably almost all of them exclusively, are no limit hold'em players, right?
That's fair.
I'm probably the only one that has literally no idea how to play no limit hold'em, legitimately. I've never sat and played anything outside of like 1-3 no limit, where all I do is just shove all in blind for like an hour or two and literally never look at my hands until the end. So I don't know like the nuances of it, the sims and the solvers and all that kind of stuff. You know, I have no idea. It kind of intimidates.
Solver Mike.
Yes, it's pretty.
You're in a safe space here too. No one here knows that shit either.
But I mean, when you think of no limit hold'em, especially when you think public cash games, you think of people that have worked hard on like the sims and the solvers and the experience and the hands and going up and bankroll management and what your hourly is and all this. And I have never lived by that ever, which maybe I should have, but too late now. But that's exactly where I perceive most people's thought process when it comes to professional gambling and being a professional poker player is taking it seriously, being well studied, having a lot of experience, making sure you pick your spots, things like that. But that's just the public scene. I make sure that I have a private game where I don't actually have to deal with any of those type of people. I can just kind of boot them out and play with what I like to call, and I don't know if you guys are, you know, sensitive to the words I'm about to speak. Is it okay just to be, I like to play with retards. So I like to play with people that are completely 100% fun, rich, wear a cowboy hat, are not at all like good at poker. I like to play with people that I think are kind of on my same page when it comes to just wanting to have a good atmosphere, not people that take it too seriously, nitty, anything like that. So I like to play exclusively with fun players. I think we call them, or recreational players. Yeah. And in the mixed game world, that's extremely hard to get compared to like, because it's such a small niche, but I found them. And I'm pretty happy with it. So
that's very fair.
Yes.
But let's go back a little bit further before you even knew what a retard was.
Sure.
I mean, you got into cards at some point. Like, I know you went into the military, but like,
so I grew up in Spokane, Washington, and in Washington State is kind of different from other states. Is they let you gamble when you're 18, so you can gamble in public card rooms at 18. So all they had is blackjack and poker and other things. And the table games never really interest me. It was just poker interests me from a young age. So when I turned 18, I think on my birthday, I went to a casino called Northern Quest Casino, which was our Indian casino in Spokane. There's only one back then. Now there's more than one, but there's one back then. And I played, I believe, $3, $6 limit hold'em in 2001, in January of 2001. That was my 21st birthday. So I played, I enjoyed it. I loved the game. And yeah, I was hooked, and I worked at Sears at the time, selling big screen TVs on commission. I love sales, and then I would play poker on off thing. Didn't really, my senior year of high school, I was more into working and gambling. Sorry, Mom. So, I mean, instead of being like the traditional path of going to university, going to school, I chose to join the military when I was 18. And then I went to boot camp, and I thought I was just going to sell the world, play online poker, enjoy myself. And then 9/11 happened, and I was, the whole world changed in boot camp. September 11th happened. And then all of a sudden the whole world changed. So then we were at war, and then short story not, I was, I went to the schools and got educated for my job. And then I was stationed in San Diego, which I picked, which was an amazing port to pick. And then
that's lucky. Yeah.
That's, from 2001 to 2007, I was in the Navy playing limit hold'em and online poker, pre-Black Friday, every day almost. A lot of fun.
So, I mean, that sounds pretty incredible. And thank you for your service.
Yeah,
I mean, like, you're not just trying to placate. No, like, seriously.
Not a lot of people know that about me. Yeah, so you don't think someone like me would be in the military. And to be honest,
imagine you taking an order.
Exactly. So I was, maybe that's why I am like my name, because I was very, you have to have military discipline. You have to wake up at a certain time. You have, you have to go out, and you have deployments and jobs, and, you have to be told orders by your superiors. Now I'm giving the orders.
Yeah.
Captain Mike.
Colonel. What's higher? I don't even know.
Exactly.
All right. So you say you chose the military. Like, was that just like always like going to be the thing, or is like that in your head? You're like, with the military, I know I'm going to have some downtime. I get to play poker. And
No. So the gambling didn't really come into thing. It was just, what was I going to do with my life after high school? And either I went into, I got accepted to like, the local Nehemiah colleges, like the University of Idaho, Moscow, Pullman. I could be a Cougar because in-state tuition, because my family's not, super rich or anything. So I couldn't afford a private school. And I don't think my grades would have, to be honest, got me into anything other than like a state school. So is either that or I can join something. My grandpa was in the military. He was in the Navy. I thought my dad was in the Navy, or my dad was in the Air Force. So he did a career as a pilot. And, I was like, do I want to be in the Air Force or do I want to be in the Navy? Do I want to go to university? Do I want to go to school? And, I thought, well, I was lazy. I wasn't very studious. I kind of slid through high school. I wasn't very excited about college. I didn't want to, I didn't really like school. I kind of wanted to work or do something more fun. And I said, well, maybe I have I would have structure and I have discipline. I didn't know back then, but I have like ADHD and other types of things, which obviously I had as a kid. So, I wasn't able to focus. I wasn't interested. School was very easy. So I chose the military, and it was probably a good choice. If I could go back in time, I would probably go to university and become a lawyer and do something productive with my life. But since I did the military, then after 2007, when I got out of the military, I chose to live in Las Vegas because, that's where gambling is. And I've been somewhat of a professional poker player for the last 20 years.
I want to go back to when you were in the service or whatever. Like, how often you're playing? Like, obviously you're fairly regimented, obviously, but like how often do you have to like actually sit down and play online poker or like even home games or whatever? Like, how much free time do you guys have?
That's a great question. So how the Navy worked, just to give you a quick synopsis, is way more complicated than this, but you're in port for approximately 6 months at a time. When you're in port in San Diego, the ship is in port. It's just moored to a pier. It's parked. So then you basically do like your work, like preparing for your next deployment. When you go out to sea and you go to like the Straits of Hormuz, or you go off the shores of Iraq or Afghanistan during the time and things like that, that's what you prepare for. You paint and do maintenance and do drills and, all sorts of stuff just to prepare for the next deployment. So when you're in port, I lived on the ship for half of my time. So you also have what's called duty. So every 6 days, one day every 6 days, you have to stay on the ship for 24 hours. Everyone on the ship does. So you have 6 different sections, and then you have to stay on the ship. So I forget how many people, like 250, 300 people. So 60 people approximately each day after work. Like you work from like 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., like a normal work day. And then you get weekends off. But then on every 6th day, you have to stay on the ship. So when you're not on the ship, when I was on the ship during duty, those were the early days of like wireless broadband and the ability to have like that. So I had a configuration where it was very hard to get cellular signal inside a ship, as you can imagine. So I figured out a way to get the signal inside so then I could play online poker. I played on Ultimate Bet, Full Tilt, Poker Stars at the time, and I just loved it. So I was playing Limit Holdem back then in the Navy. And then I would go out and play at like Sequan, Viejas, Verona. Unfortunately, I can't play at Verona anymore. I had an incident
did you?
the only casino I've ever been 86 from, and that was
what'd you do, or what they claim you did?
It was over a bingo incident. I think I walked into a bingo room and yelled bingo or something, and then
you're out.
Yeah, then I'm out.
Oh my God.
I think that's that was like 20 years ago.
Right so there.
Yeah, I haven't been back since. I don't know what happens, but I'm sure.
What was your online screen name back in those days?
Sure. On Full Tilt, it was The Complainer. It was Thorpe on Poker Stars, Mr. Gatorade, I Love Pepsi on Absolute and Ultimate Bet. And I think that was it back then. Those were the 4 big ones.
That was very well recollected.
Do you love Pepsi?
I do. Yeah, I still drink it. I've tried to cut it down as I'm gaining a little bit of weight, but I do love Pepsi. And I love Gatorade. So.
Well, I know we're about the same age, but for the fans, how old are we?
I'm 42.
Yeah.
Getting
up there. Basically dead.
Look where we've ended up in our lives.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Please come play our poker games. Just a quick break here, guys, to tell you about the new promotion that we are doing at Phenom Poker. We are giving away 175 USDT per week to the top 3 rake earners that came through our referral channels. If you earn the most rake in August each week, you will get 100 USDT. Second place gets 50, third place gets 25, and we're doing that every week. That's pretty much all that we get from them. Actually, it's more than we get from them for our current referral pool. So we're paying out of pocket just to try to get you guys on there to check out the software, because they have come a long way on the software, and they've added tournaments.
And not only that, guys, if you're a first-time depositor, you get 200% rake back right away. So just up to $2,000. So you can get up to $4,000 if you play high enough. So just go down there, get some money in there, and between the rake back and our generous promotion, it's tough to go broke. Almost impossible.
Every Monday, we'll be putting out a tweet, or we'll actually have a website, table1.vegas/rake. So you go there, you can see all the details about the promotion, and you can sign up through there too. But you got to sign up through our link, or you do not qualify. And if you already have signed up through our link, you automatically qualify because you're in there. So get to gambling.
See you guys at the table. What was the decision to get out of the military? Like, what was that like?
Oh, so basically, the path that I chose in the military, you can either do 4 years or you have to do 6 years. So because of my, which is called the advanced electronics computer field, they sent me to school to learn about like transistors, resistors, circuit boards, basically how to be like what they call the electronics technician or a fire controlman.
Mm-hmm.
They're two different paths, both pretty much do the same thing. One deals with missile systems and computers, and one deals with like radar systems and different stuff like that, all the same type of stuff. So they send you to school for 2 years before they send you out to the fleet. So there's something called an A school and a C school, and you have to complete all of these things requisites to be then sent off to the fleet to do your job. And because of that, you have to sign up for 6 years, not 4 years. So I was in the military from 2001 till 2007.
Okay, so you got 2 years of
I had to do two extra
education.
years.
Well, yeah, but like
but that free education really can't be applied to.
That's not true. Come on, you get contracting work or whatever if you want it.
Yeah, I could work for like Raytheon or Lockheed Martin or something.
I mean, I know that's not you. I'm just saying my brother was in the military.
Yes, I mean that's very lucrative. By the way, they make a lot of money.
They make coin.
Yeah, they make
during that time too, right?
Yeah.
Like you get paid while you're going to school, or no?
Well, you get paid in the military. You get paid the whole time.
Right. Okay. So you're getting
not much
just free
school and
free housing, free education, free healthcare, free food.
Might have to die for your country.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, it's pretty safe on a ship. It's not. I mean, I don't want to I'm not out there.
I mean, my brother was in the Coast Guard. I get it.
Same thing. But I mean, there was tension. There's parts of it that were kind of fun, things like that. But when it came to poker in the military, I played a lot when I could. When you're on deployment, you can't play at all because you have to see, and there wasn't Starlink back then or any sort of high-speed internet or anything like that. It's actually super slow. Like you would wait like 5 or 10 minutes for an email to download because you had to share it with everyone on the ship. So very slow internet. That's my biggest thing. Very slow internet. No, we think about the technology that you have on land. And now that it's with Starlink and other types of high-speed options, it's pretty much, you have it all over. But back then it was tedious. Like I was fiending. Like you're out to sea for 90 days. Then we go to Australia, we go to Alaska, we go to Singapore, and then I can play online again. That's what I would do on my, we were out on shore and so forth. I would just play online and enjoy myself.
Where there's no home games or boat games or whatever?
No one on my ship really played poker. I was the only one. Wow. So yeah, it wasn't like you see on television or anything where people were like, first, there's no smoking. Second, everyone kept their money, really. Everyone was pretty frugal because you don't make a lot and everybody's like saving their money and wanting to buy cars and motorcycles.
Idiots.
Yeah. And I'm here just gambling it away and just enjoying it. But
don't they know they could get half the pot someday? Come on.
Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. I don't regret it. I enjoyed my military time. I'm glad I got out. And yeah.
What about pre-military? A lot of people that end up in poker as a career have like a childhood where they're either like video gaming or card games at home.
Sure. I played a lot of strategy games like StarCraft, World, what's it called? Not World of Warcraft, but the one where you like make castles and stuff.
Like Warcraft 3 or Warcraft 2
something like that. Ones? Age of Empires, Total Annihilation, real-time strategy games, I believe is what the genre is called. I love that. I love like SimCity. There was a game called Theme Park, Theme Hospital. Those are my favorite games growing up.
Farmville.
No, those don't
sorry.
exist.
That came later.
And then I found poker, and it was fun because it like intellectually stimulating the social aspect of being able to talk to people. There was bluffing. There was people that went on tilt. People then, firing off whatever. It was a lot of fun, and I just kind of embraced poker and enjoyed it and loved it. But no, my family didn't teach me poker. I didn't play poker. It's like, no, I just learned it from, I guess,
Baptism by fire. I mean, like you just
my family's not into cards and things like that, so I didn't learn it. My friend group, no one gambled, just me. They actually referred to me before I was named Crazy Mike. In Spokane, they named me High School Mike because I was in high school at 18 playing the 3-6. And if I was daring on Friday nights, I think there was like a $4, $8, and I would like jump up and play that. And there's like 2 or 3 tables going. They're all smoking at the table. That was the worst part. You could smoke back then before like you could also like, I don't know if you remember, but when you went to like a restaurant, there's like a smoking section and a non-smoking section. And the smoking section would always get into the non-smoking section. I'm so glad they did away with like cigarette smoking in places where you can. If you could smoke at a poker table now, I would not be a poker player. I would do something more.
Casey Castle. We should all thank him. I know no one knows who he is, but Casey Castle is the one that got that done.
Yeah, because you should not be able to smoke at a poker table in front of someone for many reasons. It's disgusting and awful, and that was the worst part about Ben. But I still did it.
Yeah, well,
yeah. I mean,
degeneracy overcomes.
Yes, I have
we gotta get action.
So the High School Mike, and I even go back sometimes now, and they say, "Oh, hello, High School Mike," and I'm like, "Hello," because I was memorable back then, I guess too. So I guess I don't remember what I did when I was 18 because I was like 25 years ago or whatever, but I'm sure I had a lot of fun.
So, what was your like bankroll management or bankroll like objective, like while you're in the military for all this? Was it just like get as much money as possible, or like I'm trying to build up to like play bigger stakes? Or
I'm glad you asked that question. There was no bankroll management. There was just I make money, I gamble it, and just have fun and enjoy myself. There was no real goal. During the time I was in the military, during the last 2 years, I was pretty good at Heads Up Limit Holdem. So that was kind of my niche, as I was making a lot of money playing Heads Up Limit Holdem online, mostly at like 50, 100, 100, 200. And I basically, for 2 years, 3 years, I never had a losing month. I was good at it. And all you had to be good at Limit Holdem back then, Heads Up at least, is people were overfolding. So as long as I just raise, call, raise, and just go to showdown, I was playing like 92% of my hands, things like that. So I was really successful in the Heads Up Limit Holdem thing. And that can kind of bring us back into Vegas when I moved to Vegas. So, but I'll let you ask the question.
I don't want to jump into too far or whatever, but like when we first met each other, they had the Heads Up Limit machines. I don't remember, like they had Helmuth or Johnny Chan on like the video board.
That was generation 2. The generation 1, you had paid rake. You paid like 50 cents. And you got tier credits or reward credits when you played the ones that had like Phil Helmuth and Johnny Chan's face. But before that, outside the Bellagio poker room, they had non-themed machines, generic machines
Heads Up
that were neutral. They didn't cost any money. You just play against the house.
And the only thing was you didn't start with the button, right? That was every time you put money in, you didn't get the button, I think is the
correct. So the computer starts with the button and then it alternates.
Yeah,
heads up. But when you hit a jackpot,
there we go. So
when you hit a jackpot, then the computer. So if the computer started with the button and a jackpot hits, after they pay out the jackpot, the computer gets the button again in each and every time. So I mean, we're going off. We're not in a chronicalized order of things.
But like, I want to make sure we talk about this.
But the aria, the one time I was with Marco Johnson, and the one time I played 20-40 or 40-80 Limit Holdem. We were grinding the hell out of it. And we were beating the machine too.
You guys were crushing.
But every time it hit a jackpot, we didn't notice it for like a day or two. But they were
sharp.
But then it hit like back to back to back. And we were like, because every time you got over $1,200, all it takes in like 80-160 or 40-80 is 80-160. I mean, just get to 1,200. It doesn't matter. 600 of your dollars, 600 of the computer dollars, and you win the hand. Then it triggers a jackpot. And then the person would have to come over and then put in the code and all that. But it would keep stealing the button from us. But Marco's like, this is just bullshit. Like, this is ridiculous because we just noticed it. We should have noticed it a lot earlier. I mean, to be honest.
Yeah, you should.
But then he's like, Aria, you can't do this. And Aria has no, I mean, of course, the casino has no idea what the hell is going on or whatever. And he thought it was completely unfair. So we called the Nevada Gaming Commissioner, Nevada Gaming Control Board. And I didn't know that was actually someone that you could call. And he called them. Marco did this. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. Marco called this. So they came and they took a report and like, oh, this isn't whatever. And they have no clue what's going on either. They're like,
what's a button?
what's this is like, it looks like it's fine. And so they did all that. And then Aria shut down the machine until the thing. And then like a few days later, like, no, this is fine. No big deal. And they didn't rule in Marco's favor. Or I don't know how, I forget. But I remember a long report. I remember they're like an undercover piece. They brought out their thing. I was like, well, that's kind of cool. You know, like in a suit or whatever. And I guess you can call them anytime and do any type of whatever. But yeah, it was kind of interesting. And the end result was nothing happened. They turned the machine off for a day or two inside the high limit area in Aria. And then they turned it back on. And yeah.
Game over. We're playing 1020 now, not 2040.
No, but it didn't matter.
They did back down like the stakes, right? Like they went from like allowing like whatever 8160 or 12.
Yes,
like,
but I think more I think about it now. I don't think the software is programmed because once you cash out, it resets the button. And I think every time a jackpot was triggered, it thinks that a cash out initiated, so it starts with the button. Exactly. So there's no way for them to actually fix it. But they're all gone now. I don't think there's a Heads Up Limit Holdem machine anymore. I think they disappeared years ago.
Great, and it was beatable. I think you, Marco, are on the short list of people that like actually beat the game quite well.
We had a friend, Stations used to.
Yeah, I got 7 stars because of it.
Yeah.
And they would give credits.
Stations gave comps the longest.
I got a chairman card within 2 days.
There you go.
But the problem with the chairman card at Stations when I played the Heads Up, it got nothing. It showed like million, like ridiculous amount, but it didn't show any sort of like theoretical or anything. So I didn't get like any free play or any rewards credit. I just got a chairman card. And the coolest thing is they let me watch a movie in their movie theater on the top level in a private suite. That's part of, exactly. It's completely pointless.
Yeah.
The Stations thing is completely pointless for chairman. I mean,
don't they give you a cruise every year? Like if you want to go?
That was the M did that back in the day. But
yeah, I mean, it's completely, the best program to get it was Caesars because you got 7 stars. They gave you money. They would, it would give you rewards credits along with your tier credits. And then I would use my free Norwegian cruise. That was cool. Worth like $3,000.
What's the thing that Steve Zolotow said when he come on? It was like, you think the candy is going to last forever, but you got to just get it while it's there because everything goes away, guys. Like when you have an edge,
everything does go away.
Yeah.
So even things I never thought would go away. So
I don't know what that's leading into, but I'm curious to find out. Let's keep going.
I immediately went to like the girls, like the girl you used to date. But anyway. That very good looking dealer that used to date back when I met you.
Oh, like, well, how long ago was that? 2000?
It was like
2011?
Yeah, probably.
2010?
Yeah. I'm not trying to bring her
No.
That
That
was super sweet, by the way.
Yeah, she was a dealer. Yeah. I mean, so a lot of people go and they find girls in bars. They find girls on whatever. But when you're a poker player,
captive audience.
Yeah, when you're a poker player, you're pretty much, you're there every day. So you either have you have dealers, massage therapists, and cocktail waitresses. Those are your 3.
They're locked in. They're paid to listen, but they're not therapists.
I know. So my dating resume was a bunch of massage therapists, cocktail waitresses and dealers. And that's fine. I mean, it's great. It was a great time.
It's really funny.
but that's normal though. I mean, a lot of people outside of poker thinks it's not normal. But
no, like to your point, like single people that move to Vegas or any other gambling destination.
Sure.
Those are the lists. And like the outskirts are the bartenders, are the strippers and stuff like that as well. Sure. Like, I mean, but like it's still very Vegas centric.
I think it's true anywhere. You work in some office, like a vendor comes in,
fair enough.
They're trapped there. They have to talk to you.
Like if you worked at Disneyland, you're probably dating other like cast members, like Mickey Mouse is dating Pluto and stuff like that. Or you know what I'm saying? Like
it seems gross for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, actually, I mean, just as a short aside, we all know the Coldplay meme with the guy cheating on.
Yeah, I just think
Disney did one where it was Mickey was like staring, and it was Minnie walking off with Pluto, like holding hands, like coming into the back. And I've
seen a lot of memes. I still don't really understand. I mean, just a coworker was fucking the CEO, right?
Yeah,
That
CEO.
happens all the time.
Well, I
Yeah.
know, but like not everyone's caught on camera these
That's right.
days.
It doesn't get caught on the kiss cam that often.
Oh, and how she like try to hide herself or
Well,
whatever.
yeah,
right?
and not to mention the lead singer of Coldplay sitting there calling him out, and you're like, well,
He's like, oh, they're either very shy or they're having an affair. It's like, okay, well, this is
he
going
just
viral.
happened to be a CEO of a major company. Like,
Are you tired of playing with players like this? Not this.
No,
like
no.
this? Or this?
Or do you want to play with players like this?
Oh, wait, If you like having fun at the poker table, Table 1 is the game for you. We play high stakes, no limit, 100 blinds. And if you want to get into the game, it's actually super easy. We have a website, table1.vegas. You just go to the website, you click get a seat in the game, and fill out the form. It's that easy. It's your name, it's your phone number, it's the date that you're here, and I will personally reach out to you.
And it's only $5K minimum buy-in. You know, run it up at 2.5 and join us.
But we first met each other when I transitioned from Heads Up Limit Holdem, because no one would play me anymore, and I just kind of got bored of it, to learning mixed games. But most people, as you talked about bankroll management and responsibility, I think we'd like start small, like maybe 2040 or 1530 or, you know.
there was 10, 20 games back then.
Yeah, I'm sure there was.
I played
Yeah.
some of those.
But I started at 300, 600.
Yeah.
So,
So when you say you started, like,
I started playing mixed games at 300,
sure,
600.
but like, was this a consistent game that was going, or was this someone's game that they kind of not ran, but like, you know, like basically put together every day?
No, that's a great question. I think, yeah, I was not like hosting the game. I wasn't calling people. There was no group chat. It was organic. There were lists. You would put your name on a list, I think, and you would just come. But I would just be able to play. I remember, I don't think I've ever waited to play ever in a mixed game,
Shocking.
which, I mean, I would let me play too. But I'm just trying to remember how it actually went down logistically. I think we showed up around like 2 or 3 p.m. in Ivy's room, and we would play, and we had like a set mix of games that we would play, and anyone was allowed to. I played a lot with like a lot of the superstars today. They were coming up, like we played with Scott Seaver, Justin Young, Michael Binger back then, John Monet, Todd Brunson. We played with Doyle.
Huxeed was in there.
Yeah, I played with Doyle a few times. We also played with who are some of the people that don't play now? JRB played with us a lot.
Oh, that's true.
That was, yeah.
Who touched his nipples? Sorry. Chao Zhang. Chao Zhang played.
Oh, Chow played a lot. Yeah.
Chao Zhang. Sorry, I just rubbed my
You had to
nipples.
touch your nipples for the memory trigger.
Poker's nice. I love to play poker.
I love poker.
I mean, if you see like from 15 years ago to now, like there's been a huge
Turnover.
Well, yes, but there's also like now they're either completely broke with having no money,
Sure.
or they're playing 3,000, 6,000. They're not really, there's nothing really in the middle. It's just either one direction or the other.
Was Lyle Berman already out of your pay grade by then?
Yeah,
Lyle's
I never
way up.
remember
No,
playing
he
with
never
Lyle.
played.
I played with him in like a one-off, like 1K, 2K that Marco actually like bought me into, and that was about it. But
Okay. Yeah, no. Lyle Berman, for those that don't know, founder of WPT.
And the whole cam, right?
And the whole card.
That was his big evolution for
Sure.
televised poker.
it
that
was a
made it
team effort.
popular.
Like Steve Lincecum and Maury Escandani, and like, you know, there's a lot of guys that kind of helped contribute. But yeah, it was
For sure. No,
Yeah, it was
he
huge.
has his fingers in a lot of pokers and just Vegas in general. Like owned the Stratosphere at some point, owned all the PTs or something. Like a big swinging dick. Lyle Berman.
But mixed games, which is something that is such a small niche community. There's probably in Vegas right now, there's probably less than 200 mixed game players. And there's probably, I would say there's probably less than 1,000 mixed game players that play, let's say 80, 160 and higher in the whole world. Like, I would say that. It's just such a small community. Like No Limit Holdem, you guys have, you have the
Infinite
whole
player
world.
pool,
You have
yeah.
millions, I would assume.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands.
it's
like,
more palatable for sure.
exactly, because people see 2 cards on TV and then they come and want to, take a shot.
For sure. And
That's great. You try explaining Badusi to some billionaire guy that wants to play with us. Like I'm always trying, like we play in Bobby's room and there's other no limit games all around. And there's always rich people coming into Bobby's room and there's no game. And I'm like, sit down and play with us. And sometimes we actually get them. But then when we start saying words like Badoogie and Big O, and we're playing double board Pot Limit Omaha 5-card, or, you know, I don't know, Raz, or things like that, it makes people intimidated and a little frightened. So you have to have a good, fun environment and people like having fun and not taking it so seriously, and then we have a better shot at that. But
on the bright side, Hold'em is kind of the gateway drug, right? We get the 2 cards, and then they learn how the betting works and the blinds work, and then comes the salesman.
Well, once you go mixed games, you're never going back. And I'm going to be honest with you, to all the viewers out there that play No Limit Hold'em, play high stakes No Limit Hold'em, play even PLO. Once you learn how to play Deuce to 7 Triple Draw and Badoogie, which are the 2 foundational games of mixed games in general, you can pretty much play everything else. And it's so much more fun to play a rotation of games instead of the same monotony of what. I'm not trying to poo-poo on your game.
I agree with you.
But mixed games,
really
there's more money to be made in No Limit Hold'em because the mistakes that people make are for it all. You can only lose 1 or 2 bets in a limit-based fashion. And it's more of a grind and limit. It's more of just trying to get that extra bet, trying to save that extra bet. But that's what makes it fun. And I really enjoy the grind. I enjoy just mixed games in general because it's not the same game over and over and over again. And I just look at you guys as No Limit Put, and I just shake my head. How can you guys do this? How is this fun? How is this whatever? Like
every time he walks in a room, like, he's just like,
yeah. And that's just, I mean, I'm probably like the super minority in thinking that No Limit's, you know, boring. I'm probably not, but I mean, it's just not a fun game to me because A, it's scary. I'm sitting with 20,000, 30,000 in front of me. I can only lose like 4, 5, 6,000, whatever the cap is in a hand. For you guys, you can lose it all. And to me, that's always been intimidating because I always felt like if I make a mistake or someone wants to run it once, I want to run it twice, things like that. But at least you guys make it fun. And I think you also, your business plans like mine, you want to play with people that are not very good. So I like to play with people that shout out to Vinci, shout out to David Baker, shout out to everyone like Chino and Nacho and all of our staple players that we play with. Thank you very much for supporting my game. I love to play with you guys. And
like and subscribe.
If it wasn't for you, you guys would not, I wouldn't have my own game.
What's Chino's worst game?
Oh my God.
Well, it depends. Chino, here's the thing. Chino can play extremely well when he wants to.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the best players in my game when he switches I want to. But when he switches on, I don't give a fuck, and he's starting to cap blind, that's the Chino we love. Yeah, that's the Chino we love. Dramaha Deuce to 7 Pot Limit would probably be his worst game. But don't, we might have to edit this one out. But no.
We'll add it twice to the rotation.
We'll have him on for a rebuttal later.
Yeah. No, but Chino's fun. He's also, again, anyone that's action, anyone that's not a nit, anyone that has fun, anyone that's having a good environment. Like Chino, I think you guys have also played with him. He's a fantastic addition to any game.
That's true.
And what's also fun is a lot of our people, at least I don't think you guys have it at all, but in mixed game community, we have what's called breakdowns, where everyone gets tilted, frustrated, or whatever. And a lot of people just break down. They just go on massive tilt, break down. They either insta-quit, throw chips, snap, yell, scream. You know what I'm talking about.
I've heard of it, yes.
The mixed game community in general, we have breakdowns. We have emotion. If you don't have emotion in a poker game, you have no poker game at all. There has to be emotion. There has to be whatever. Like without emotion, poker sucks.
This is so good because Justin just went on like not a rant, but like every time people come in here and we just had Matt Affleck on, who's famous for going out in 15th in the main event and like throwing his water bottle and crying. Like
fantastic.
Right.
Yeah. You need emotion.
I agree.
The people that are robots and check in like this and whatever, you're done. That's not today's day and age of poker. Today's day and age of poker is if you're a pro, you have to tell people how much you suck, how much money you've lost, and how great you are for the game, even though they're all lies. Okay? No pro in poker is now saying, I have a 3 big bet win rate, and I make $600 an hour, and I'm blah, blah, blah. No, that's never going to get you into a private game. And private games are where the money is made at because everything is private now. And you can think, and I had this long discussion. Do you want to know why private games exist in Las Vegas? I pinpointed. Do you know why?
Pinpoint it for
me, Mama Bird.
Sure, no problem. There's one reason the private games exist in Las Vegas alone. And that is because of a guy named Ryan Miller, also known as Little Shit, also known as Poop. Okay. He is the guy that made private games in Las Vegas. Basically took any pro's ability to be on a list and to wait in a line and to be called for a game and to have an equal opportunity of the princes from Saudi Arabia and the rich people and all that. He basically made the biggest transformation, the biggest transfer of wealth from rich people to private game runners in the history of Las Vegas over the last 10 years. You can thank Ryan Miller. Shout out to Ryan Miller.
Little shit.
He's the reason that it was a mixed game at the time, but he's the reason why private games exist. And I'll tell you the story. So at Aria, he wanted to play a mixed game, a 200-400 mixed game. They didn't want to play. He called his casino host, utilized his Noir card, tried to get him inside the game. His casino host got him in. They all quit. The next day, I don't want to say any names or anything. The next game, they created what's called a reserve game, where they just double the rake or triple the rake, which was the genius idea of Aria at the time, to just have an exclusive reserve game. I think they have to call it reserve, not private,
right?
But a reserve game. So you pay way more rake to have the ability to have a reserve game. And Aria was the first that did it like 10 years ago. And then they had a reserve game, paid more rake, and then the list didn't matter. You just picked and choose who you wanted to play. And that was first started mix, and then it spawned off into No Limit Holdem and PLO. And then because Aria did it, then the Win did it, and then Bellagio had to do it, and then everyone did it. So that's how reserve games, all because of one person.
Wow. So he was just too good.
Well,
too much of a
they just
little
didn't want to
shit.
play with
No,
him.
they didn't want to play with him.
Too much of a little shit.
He is a really good player, but
I like Ryan a lot, but he's instrumental
Right.
for creating the foundational change. Think about it. Everything was, you want to play this 50-100 game back in the day. Put your name on the list. And there was a bunch of shenanigans and corruption done and whatever.
Definitely.
They had pencils and paper at Bellagio.
That's right.
I don't want to call anyone out, but pencils and paper, and there's a list of 25 people, right? And I guarantee you, the people that we wanted in the game magically just happened on top of it. This was before Bravo. This was before Poker Atlas. This was before like a check and balance type thing where you had like a digital record of who's second on the list. And it was just a pencil with an eraser
and
a piece of paper.
with somebody with their palm out.
Exactly. So in one way, it's good that poker went private. In another way, it really sucks for the people that spent hours and days and weeks and years, using the Simpson solvers that we talked about. So all poker is now, if you want to play in a game to make any amount of money, you have to be personable, likable. You have to have some sort of, you have to be charismatic, and you have to add value. So even if you're like the most completely autistic, ridiculous person that has no emotion, there's other places where you can be good at. Usually banking, loaning money to the people that need it. That's where that person comes into play. You get what I'm saying?
Tournament poker. They have to let you in.
So yeah, and that's why a lot of these people that you would think that, couldn't really play in a fun game because they don't have personality or they're just born different than, normal people. That's why they've gravitated towards tournament poker, because they're welcome to play. And they've shined. I mean, you could shout out, I don't want to call anyone out, but you know who you are. Okay. That's it. There's a lot of people that don't belong in a fun atmosphere because they take it, they more work like. You get what I'm saying? Like, they tap.
All I have to say.
It's more in your, by the way, it's more in the No Limit neck of the wood.
Definitely.
That's way more for you guys.
But that's also not fair because like the No Limit is so big. So like all the retards, as you call them, the autistic ones come down.
The retards are the ones you want to play.
Right. Sorry. The autistic retards.
Rich
come down
retards.
Into the, they come down the funnel and they'll only run it twice out of position because that's the one where they get the extra chip. So those types of guys are the ones you don't want to play with.
And that's more likely in the No Limit world.
Sure.
That you guys have to weed out all of that. So
yeah, I think we were a little late to the party. Just generally speaking, to your point, like it did start around 2015 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I was vehemently opposed to it.
Everyone was, because like this isn't fair. And they gobble up, and the prince of whatever would come, and then he gets an 8 seed and 9 seed, and there's politics. But now it's completely 100% just arbitrary. It's arbitrary and subjective. And if you run a private game and you're good at it, It's extremely hard to run a private game though on a consistent basis.
I've heard.
The organizing of it, there's a lot of politics to it. There's a lot of dynamics.
Everyone thinks they deserve a seat.
Exactly.
Yep.
And there, you can only have like, you know, like for me, I run a private game. Okay. Shout out to my own game. Okay. I have a 200-400 mixed game,
You're gonna get there,
Appalachio
man.
in Bobby's room. Okay. We play 5 days a
I
week.
want to skip over all this.
Text me, call me, you know, whatever.
Gonna
If
put your
you
phone
think
number
that
in the
you want to
YouTube
have fun and you
description.
qualify and you think you're a retard and want to come on down.
We'll put Crazy Mike's phone number, daily schedule, and list of fears at the bottom of the screen.
Sure, absolutely.
And that way you can follow him however you want to.
But I mean, I only have to pick 6 people, and it's such a small niche community. It's a lot easier to mobilize and have a nice, fun mixed game in a great environment. But for when it comes to No Limit and PLO and things like that, all over the city, there's like 5 or 6 higher stakes No Limit, and you're probably all competing for the same, you know, retard.
No.
Can we say that? I mean, I don't know. I'm probably going to be edited out each time. But
now.
yeah. What do you guys call them? Fun players, recreational players,
VIP.
yeah,
is good.
just you know, fun players or whatever. But it's
Fair enough.
yeah. I mean, we can.
Sorry,
I don't want to
should we say
divert.
VIR, like very important retard? Is that
Sure.
Is that the new?
Yeah, Ver. Ver 1, Ver 2 is
Oh
playing.
my God, Mike's gonna definitely take this to his game. By the way, he's gonna call him to his face. Be
We
like,
got a lot of
"Oh,
VIRs.
man,
coming in.
I'll tell you this.
we got a second Ver in the ground.
Everything
Oh, thank God.
everything that I'm telling you now, I also am very transparent with my clients. So my people, my retards, my players, whatever. And we have fun with it and so forth. I call my game a safe space. Anything can be said, anything. That's what's great about it. We're not very, I guess, politically correct. We don't cancel people. We don't whatever. It's just fun and it's a great atmosphere. And that's what's been successful is because I organize a great game. I'm fun. You know, I'm also not the best player in the game. We don't need to go down there.
By the way, guys.
Yes, I'm not
As someone that runs his own game and is definitely not the best player in the game.
part of
it
being
definitely helps.
Yes, part of being a good game runner is also being an action player, being someone that people want to play with. So I attract fellow, you know, I might be head retard. A lot of people want to come play with me. So it's just naturally, I have a great game. And if anyone doesn't want to, if anybody's like a nit or, you know, I give everyone a shot. But if I don't want, you know, if I'm not texting you the next day, well, now you know that, you know, you're not probably pretty good for the game. So, you know,
like an autoresponder. Why don't you just turn it on for the people that text you the next day? Although I feel like you get off on like telling them, oh, sorry.
Mike loves that stuff.
I'm very dictatorial. So I run my game like a dictator would. So there's no committee, there's no democracy, there's no like board of directors.
It's
just whatever I say. And that's what I love about the whole private game. Thank you, Ryan Miller, because I'm allowed to do this. And I appreciate you for letting all of Las Vegas have private games.
Does little shit get to play in your game?
He played in my game. Yeah, he played. I let him play the last 2 days that he was in town for.
All right. There you go.
And he performed well, by the way. It was kind of small for him. So
Performed well.
yeah.
Shout out to
When I say
Ryan.
performed well, that means lost.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any like
yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
so we okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I do want to go back just a little bit. I don't even know why, but like I feel like I could do this forever.
Sure, no problem.
All right. So when we met each other, this is before private games, and I get that. And it's not like you set up the private games or whatever, but like it was very.
It was an open game. We played an open game.
Sure. But
Because we remembered like Jimmy Warren and
Dude.
everybody that was like,
Jimmy Fingers.
yeah.
Yeah.
All the people were able to play, and it was just a different time. It was a hard game, but it was also an easy game because everybody was learning mix at the same time.
True.
And that's what was exciting about it. I would see other people doing what I thought, you know, keeping pairs in Badusi. That was common in 2011. That is unheard of now. You don't keep people. When you draw to Badugis, do not keep pairs. Vinci,
Or
I'm shouting
what
out
he's
to
trying
you. He
say
still
is,
keeps pairs
if
now.
you keep pairs, text Mike at 702.
But no, like it was. I think it was
It's a
like
different time.
a teetering edge of like leading up to private games, and it, like to your point, like it was open to everybody. Like that wasn't the thing.
Yeah.
Like it was very scheduled. It was like we were showing up at noon. Mike's gonna have a Subway sandwich, and like me.
Oh, that
you,
was my thing, wasn't
Yeah.
it? I got Subway every day.
me, you, and
Yeah.
Lou would play like 2 or 3 handed, until people decided to get out of bed and be like, oh, Crazy Mike's back at it again. And like,
were people on the list? There was a list, right?
I mean, there was, but like most of these guys didn't wake up till like 4 or 5, 6 o'clock or whatever. So like we were playing shorthanded quite a bit. And like, and to your point, like you were a drawing attraction. Like, I mean,
people, yeah.
I mean, like,
do you remember that they tried, by the way, because I was doing my whole production, I guess I would say, like I was being crazy and doing my thing. And I think you can refresh me. I don't really remember how I was like 15 years ago, kind of a big blur in that time for me, to be completely honest. But I remember that, like, I'll tell you a story. I know this is fun, but someone upset me. I think Greg Mueller, shout out to you, FBT, upset me. And we were playing in Ivy's room. And I said, Greg, if you do this again, if you don't blah, 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 I forget even what it was. You know, if you don't cater to whatever I'm trying to tell you right now, you don't do what I say, I'm going to quit the next hand. Okay. And I'm going to walk over to Bellagio and play in Bobby's room, because we were in Ivy's room at the time, or table 1, I guess it's called. Thank you. Shout out to table 1. Okay. I was going to quit table 1 and I'm going to go to Bobby's room, and whoever wants to play with me can play with me. Okay. And Greg said, I believe his words were, fuck you. I am not ever going to do what you say, blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, no problem. Racked up my chips, went to the cashier cage and told everybody before I left, whoever wants to join me in Bobby's room, I'll be there in 15 minutes. Every single person in Ivy's room didn't play a single hand after that, racked up their chips, and we played in Bobby's room like 30 minutes later. And that is a true story. And that is when I learned the power that I had. And that is a very dangerous thing that I learned what I was capable of.
The game is called Crazy Mike Says.
Yes.
Because what Crazy Mike says goes.
Actually, we changed that. It actually phonetically spells out Crazy Mike now. We had to email Bravo to actually get 3 more drop-down menus. There's Crazy's Mix, Crazy Mike's Mix, and CMS.
Emailed Bravo to change.
I didn't email it. No, the manager at Bellagio.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Craig. Thank you.
Thank you for your email.
Yes.
I've spoken to people at Bravo, and they're actually hard to get a hold of.
Yeah. But when I learned that I was able to have, for good or for bad,
sure, but
when I was able to control people like that, then I kind of got a little abusive with my power.
With great power comes great games.
But to your point, like I understand,
I was a huge drawing attraction back then.
Yeah, you're giving credit to Ryan Miller, which is fair, but like I think you had a large part of private games as well, because of the power that you saw for yourself in this stuff, and like being able to be like, look, I don't want to play with you, so because I don't want to play with you, I'm going to go play right there.
Well, and I would say that, yes, I would say that to a few people. I'd say, if you sit down, I quit. And the peer pressure of the other players,
they would tell them to get the fuck out.
Exactly. So it was pretty much, yeah, I agree. I had some say into who I wanted to play with. There were some people I did not enjoy playing with. They were not fun. They were miserable people. And I don't want to play with miserable people. I only want to play with fun people that are like, good for the game. So I was weeding out the miserable fucks way before private games, just by saying, if you sit down, I quit. And by it's still my greatest superpower, but I call it my superpower, is to play poker or to not play poker. And based upon that alone, I have had tremendous amounts of
your sessions have increased by 3 hours per day with one sentence.
So
you sit, I quit.
And wait, by the way,
hours of poker.
And in mixed games, it's such a small group of people that everyone knows everybody. Sure. It's not like some random person from Chicago is coming in and be like, who the fuck is this guy? No, it's Todd and John and Scott and all these other guys are like, whatever. So I mean, like, you kind of had to do what I said, because you're they know that I'm capable of starting my own game, just sitting down and doing whatever.
It's your fault if the game breaks, or we get to play with Crazy Mike.
Yeah, like just enough people to keep the game going, but like also to box people out.
Yeah,
right?
It's literally what it was.
Yes. And I did a good job. And the people that were able to play with me also got to play in a better game that didn't have to have these guys in the game.
He's not wrong.
So I served 2 purposes. I was a buffer towards, like a wall or a buffer towards the really good players and the...
I think it's pronounced fluffer. No, okay, sorry.
Buffer. So the people that actually were really good at poker, or the people that made it a toxic environment, I was able to tell them, if you said I quit, which is pretty much, you're never going to play. And that was kind of a way for, I guess you could say, that I had private games, but it was also because I'm a whale. Like, I was bad at mixed games back then. I was really good at Limit Holdem, but I was horrifically awful at mixed games.
You were good shorthanded. And then, like, once it got full ring, like, you were terrible.
Well, if you think about it,
He didn't change
short. But no, and Heads Up Limit Holdem, 92% is okay. You can play every hand, and as long as you don't fold, you can win. When you fold, you can lose because you have no shot at the pot. But as you get more handed, 6, 7, 8 handed, then you have to kind of show up with the goods. And I would show up with a jack and deuce to 7. If anyone knows what that is, it's not a very good hand, 8 handed.
It's okay on the single draw. If that's what you got dealt,
still would get crushed. And another thing, they were predators. We were playing 300, 600, but we had a 10K cap and the no limit deuce and stuff. Now that I think about it, they were just taking me off. Like that was my worst game because it should be 6K cap. It should be 10x what the big blind is. So in mixed games, you want to have a game that's proportional to the limit portion. So when you add PLO, you add no limit hold'em, you add no limit deuce to 7 single draw. You want to have a proportional stakes where the big bet doesn't counter to what the limit would do.
Equal out.
Yes. So it's usually 10x with the big blind is. So if you're playing 300, 600 to be a 6K cap, but they would have like a 10K cap or a 12K cap. And JRB's like, yeah, let's do this. And I'm just naive and retarded and be like, okay, no problem. And then I'm just losing 12K at a time, which is not proportional to like, Omaha 8.
Cap pot. Like
exactly. So you play one round, you play like 7 hands, you play one round, you could be down 50,000 in one round of that. You're never getting that back playing Omaha 8, limit hold'em and stud 8. Like that's just never happening because it's not proportional to the limit. And that going back in time, you guys got me good.
I mean, not to mention like when we were setting the lineups, you would actually do well to appease people about like the stud games weren't your best game initially anyway.
I was very accommodating. Not sure why.
Yeah, no,
not accommodating now. But
like,
back then I was.
I suck at stud. I suck.
But let's play it anyhow.
But I'll play it, and like every once in a while you'd walk and they'd give you shit or whatever, and it became a whole thing. But like like I always thought you were very Dictator Mike still, but like very accommodating.
What's your favorite like couple games now when you play mix?
Oh, my favorite
limit hold'em.
Badusi's got to be right.
No, I like Badusi. But I'm actually this is going to be a shocker. I'm starting to really enjoy the big bet games. So yes, I'm starting. I love
cap on table 1.
I enjoy saying the word pot. To be honest, I say pot, and then I'm trying to I'm still figuring out how much the pot is.
It's legal.
It's like 3x. Like what this guy bet, it's 3 times that plus I have no idea. I just let the dealer tell me, and usually it's wrong. So another player says, no, the pot's actually, we always argue what the pot size is, but it gets to a cap anyhow. It's usually pot, cap is usually how it goes.
Pot, cap.
So, and it's a lot of fun. I actually really enjoy the big bet games now as I didn't 15 years ago. It was kind of scary, but as long as you put a cap on it, I really enjoy it.
All right. So
you guys ever play Cucurucho?
Yeah. I know you don't know this, Mike, but we
Sure.
Table 1 put on a small little tournament just for some of our guys. Is it
Paul won?
Paul won. That's correct.
Paul, by the way, shout out to Paul. I call him Paul George. George is a term for special, which means yes, George. So if someone comes in, we have it's actually from Richie Sklar, which we call him Richie. He came up with 2 words. He came up with George,
okay,
which is short, or George. It comes from George Washington. It comes from tipping dollar bills or being a good tipper. You're a George. So the table pit bosses would call their clients to the other dealers, oh, he's George. But if he's Tom, which you could touch your nose like this, if he's Tom, it means he's not a tipper, he's a nit, he's very bad for the game. So for people, we have a short code words for people. It's like Paul is a George, right? As opposed to like a John Monet would be a Tom. Do you get what I'm saying? Just to give you 2.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
So people that are awful at poker are Georges. And I don't think Paul's definitely awful, but when he plays mixed games, he's very special to us. And we love Paul. Paul, shout out to you. Come join my game anytime. He's very important to us and I think a lot of people. But
it's important to the community.
Yes, we love Paul.
We need him in table 1 as well. So, I know you're really a lot better at
you started with this, but continue, please.
I mean, that's it. But it's just, I mean, you said someone won a tournament. I said Paul, and then we got into who's a George and who's a Tom. So there we go.
I swear I had a thought in mind, but I definitely don't have it now.
I too have lost all my thoughts. You have a way with words, buddy. You make up my thoughts.
That was great.
But mixed games are the game of the future. And to all of the people watching this or listening to this, please just know that you have played years and years and years of No Limit Hold'em. Just go to your local casino that has a mixed game. Play small. learn how fun it is. And, you know, the grass is greener. I don't want to like poo-poo your no limit, but
it's fun.
I'm here to
We
be a
love mixed
big,
games.
I'm here to be a mixed game advocate. I have my own mixed game. Mixed games are the future. Honestly, I think mixed games are the future because everyone's kind of getting sick of just playing one. When you play more than one, they're not all solved. They're not all have like whatever. They're not on TV. And you kind of learn as you do. And that's the fun of it, is to have experience and to kind of figure it out. And I think
Also-
people that like puzzles and things like that should love mixed games.
Also, I haven't played a ton of mixed games, but from what I do know is that everybody picks someone that's like bad at some game that they're good at. And they think that they're the best at the table because they can like always see like,
Oh,
this guy
so-
sucks at this game. This
All
guy
right, so
sucks
we
at
have,
this game.
let me tell you what we call that. We call that high D levels, okay? D stands for delusional. And the amount of delusion in the mixed game community is off the charts. Like, you guys are reasonable. You know if you suck, you know if you're in the middle of the pack, you know like if you did something wrong. But I believe full with every ounce of my heart and soul that every single mixed game player thinks they're the best and they think everyone else sucks, regardless of what their actual skill level is. And because everyone is delusional and because the retard level or the R level is so high, right? That we produce so many fine, what I refer to as doctors, okay? Delusional retards. And if you're a doctor, then you, I'm serious. If you're a doctor, you are, and the fun thing is I say this right to their face. Like, it doesn't matter because they think they're good. And it's just great because there's so much thought process that everyone else sucks in the mixed game world and everyone's great and they're great. And you just see that they're doing bad things. They have like trips in their hand and Big O or something. And they think it's insane. I mean, I guess, yeah, there you go. But yeah,
My cheeks,
use that. So
my cheeks are tired from the laughing.
yeah, so R levels, D levels, and doctor.
Thank you.
So
I'm never going to forget that. And I'm sorry for everyone I call a doctor in the future.
no, it's great. I mean, it's fantastic.
So
You guys don't call your VIPs doctors or D? Say the high D levels, high R levels.
Call him Paul. I don't know.
Poor Paul. I love Paul. Poor Paul.
yeah, look, and everybody loves Paul.
All right. So, Jesus Christ, I don't even want to go back. So where I was going to go before this whole diatribe, and
Sure.
I very much enjoyed it, and this seems like it's a huge letdown now. So Table One it did run like a basically just a daily turbo or whatever, but like we were talking about like expanding it or like changing it to where it's like double board palm pot, something like very like
Sure.
controlled. And I mean, dead serious here. Like, you think you or like some of your Toms would be like interested in this kind of stuff, or not?
You want my
Toms?
Georges?
No.
You want my Georges?
We don't want any
George.
Toms.
You don't want any Toms.
Sorry. I'm
just
I'm
George.
learning the vocab right now.
Yes.
We want Dr. Mike's.
I don't think adding a double board bomb pot makes
Not
moves
adding,
a needle.
no, like, only double board.
I don't think that. No, I don't think that
the
moves a
entire
needle.
tournament is Potterfold double board PLO.
No,
What do you think about that? Would
okay.
you gamble on that?
No, but I'll do one better than this. You guys come play my mixed game,
Yeah.
and I'll come play your Table One no limit
I
game.
mean, that's going to happen at some point.
Send me your best that you guys have, and I will send you our best.
Have you not played with Paul?
No, we love
Paul
Paul.
So now send us your best. We've done it one way. Now reciprocate.
No, like, the only reason I haven't played your game, and I'm being honest, is because I'm old now, and like I go to bed at 10 o'clock. Like,
Yeah, we start around 3 and we play till around midnight.
yeah, and it's a little bit tougher. But like, that being said, sorry, I'm not trying to get myself a seat in your game, but like, while it's a bit slow for like a Table One over the next like month or whatever.
Yeah, so like I'm technically on vacation until August 7th. I don't know when this airs. Probably airs after that.
Yeah.
Just hit me up regardless. If you consider yourself anything we talked about today, potential
but a Tom.
customers. Yeah, all Georges. If you think you're a George and you want to have fun, reach out to me.
Dr. George.
But yeah, so right after the World Series, I think it's the same for everybody.
Sure.
It's extremely slow. And I don't want to play poker. I haven't played live poker in over a week. I'm about to go on vacation on Monday. I'll be back in the first week of August. And then
Where you
we
going?
pick back up again. Going back home, going back to Spokane.
Spokane.
Visit
was
my
your
family.
family?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. My parents are getting old now, so I'm gonna have to spend, I go twice a year, Christmas time and once during the summer. So the inland Northwest is amazing.
Yeah.
Idaho, Oregon, and Washington are great places.
Coeur d'Alene is beautiful.
Coeur d'Alene's beautiful. Boise's beautiful. Spokane's beautiful. Seattle's beautiful. Portland's beautiful. Like, actually, everywhere in that is beautiful.
Yeah.
There's great nature. There's 4 seasons. Way different than Vegas desert life. So it's nice to see trees and greenery.
There's 4 seasons, and this is the only one that's good up there. So go now. don't go later because it fucking.
I like snow. I like winter. Maybe I don't know. I like skiing. I like snowboarding, mountain stuff, snowball fights. You
like
driving in snow, ice.
Wait, what?
It's dangerous. It's gambling.
It's gambling. Here we go.
You don't know what the other cars are doing. You don't know what you're doing.
Are you trying to bluff them? Please let me know.
Spin the wheel. Press the gas. Let's see where we land.
No one ever says, I'm going to go to the inland Northwest to go on vacation. They say, I'm going to go to Mexico. I'm going to go to wherever. Yeah. If you guys ever want good ideas, go like whitewater rafting, go hiking. Yeah. It's great up there.
Last summer, took a trip with my family. We flew to Reno, rented a car, and went. Basically, we drove for a week to Seattle. Eventually, like going through San Francisco, Portland, and up to Mount Rainier, Seattle, like all of that.
Did you drove on the Pacific Coast Highway?
Yes.
That's amazing. Yep,
dude. It was
very scenic,
and we got the best day ever at Rainier. Like you can't always see it because of the cloud. It's so cloudy up there, but we got the fucking best day ever. My wife was like, we got there, and she was already scared that it was gonna like go off. She's like, I know this is a volcano. It's gonna.
It did. Mount St. Helens blew up. No, I think Mount St. Helens was actually one of in recent modern history, I think is the worst volcanic eruption in North America. Yeah. It actually killed a bunch of people, and even New York City and stuff got a lot of the ash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna happen at some point.
Yeah, you should be scared.
Right.
Bobby was
yet again.
She was right.
But I mean, you gotta gamble in life, right? You gotta have fun. You can't be scared.
That's right. Drive in snow and go to Mount Rainier.
That's right. Risk it and get the biscuit.
That's right. Okay. If people do want to play in your game, is there a website, a social media? Is there some way that they can get a hold of you other than just showing up at the Bobby's room?
I don't want to just put your like phone number at the bottom of the screen right now.
Oh, well, how would you get a hold of me?
Yeah.
No, you just first come to Vegas and then just show up and there'll be a seat for you. You don't need to call. You don't need to do anything.
That's right.
I look at you. I will size you up. And if my game's not for you, the Bellagio also offers a daily 8160 mix game that is open to the public with a list and a group chat. And they do it the whole organic way where it's fair and democracy and stuff.
This game or
a good group of people, Caroline and John and a lot of the other people, they're very instrumental in starting the game. Booney plays and some other people. It's a fun game. There's always a mixed game at Bellagio. It's a great place. I try to bring all the mixed games under one house. I think it's important to be able to have a ladder system where you can come and go from games and so forth.
I like that.
So you don't have to drive across town to one casino or another. They should all be under one roof. I don't know which roof. I choose Bellagio because they treat me really well. And we, it's just nice to play in a secluded, protected environment within a room. We'll play in Bobby's room. So it's very important to be able to, if we have chip throwing incidents or we're screaming and yelling or, there's a lot that happens in there, and I can't really talk too much what happens in Bobby's room because what happens in Bobby's room stays in Bobby's room. But it's a lot of my people need an environment. Yeah, but there's a lot of things that would embarrass some people. A lot of things that people might be ashamed of or whatever. But it's a safe space, and we have fun with it. So it's very important to have a fun environment, a place that's convenient, and where everyone can come together. And having a ladder system where you have an 8160 mixed game. There's also a 4080 mixed game. I'm a 200-400 mixed game. There's just, you can go back and forth, and that's what's important. I think it's important. Same with No Limit. You guys have 1-3, 2-5, 5-10, 10-20, and then you reach private. Right? Isn't that kind of how it works in Vegas?
10-20. All right, but I'll do you a step better, guys.
Sure.
Reach out to us on table1.vegas, and if you guys actually do want to play mixed game, we can actually link you up with mine.
I need to create a better social media presence and create like a website like crazymikesmix.com or something like that or whatever.
Table1.vegas/crazymike. And you will be able to apply to play in
promo code. And you get a doctor's
honestly,
lamp on your
seriously
head.
Though, if you just show up there and say, Crazy Mike said to say that I'm a doctor, and then you'll be in.
100%. 100%. Even if there doesn't look like there's a seat, there's always a seat. There's a lot of moving parts.
There's a list and it moves quickly.
Yeah.
Right. Some people have to go to dinner. There's a lot of phone calls to be had.
Little shit has to take a break.
Yeah.
He has to
An
take a
important
little
break.
shit.
That's also another great thing about private games is the whole fact that you have that flexibility and you have that control of who gets to play to make it a fun environment. A recreational player doesn't want to play with 6 or 7 players that are just like nittying up, not talking, not being social.
Yeah.
Even if they don't have any shot at all, they still want to play with other people that they at least can look at and be like, that guy's a jerk. That guy's a retard. Like, they know they have hope in a private game, as they technically would not in a public game, because they're pretty much going to get decimated by the people that are, trying to take their money.
It's a good environment for just really anyone who enjoys poker. Nobody's teaming up. There's no one like buying all the action and trying to, like, we had a YouTube comment that was like, oh, are you guys just all a team and you're just waiting for somebody to sit down? And it's not like that, guys. Everybody wants to play with me and Justin and a crazy Mike type.
I think you guys call him Paul. Sorry, Paul.
Right. And there's a long line, and there's a way to cut the line, and it's apparently being a judge.
I'm a judge. Like this, if you want to know what a judge looks like out in the wild, you're looking at it.
We got 3 of them right here.
Yeah, so we're.
Okay.
I think all of us qualify as judge at some point, right?
Completely agree.
I've evolved to judge status.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I mean, it's better than the Tom status, and we've spent many years, decades, becoming what we are, and this is us. This is what 20 years of poker has created.
This is what it's done.
This is it. Like,
I used to have dark hair. Oh my god.
yeah, I'm getting gray on the sides.
South Park episode.
All this.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm George.
So now let me ask you guys some questions, okay?
Sure.
So when do I get both of you to come try to play games that start with the letter B?
So you know,
And I know I'm more for you.
I mean,
Justin, I got
I'm
Justin.
trying to protect Art right now, by the way.
No. Like, when do you, like, it's relatively small. Like 200, 400 might sound like a big number, but it's not that big. It's not that big of a number.
And you get half of the pot sometimes, right? Not even
like Omaha 8, Big O.
Yeah.
They're chop pots. Yeah. Badoogie. No, not Badoogie. Badoosie, Badesi. We only play Badoosie, by the way. We don't play both because they're long games.
Yeah.
Oh, the newest game that is amazing is called Ari.
Oh, I know Ari.
Ari's amazing.
6 better.
Yeah, we play 6s for high, and it's a community card, and a lot of people reroute, and you see people's heads just explode.
Okay, explain Ari to me.
Oh my god, Archie. It's Archie.
It's Archie with a community card, is how you can explain it.
Yeah.
So
I don't think you know what Archie is.
Explain Archie to me.
Well,
5 cards.
I'll
in
just
your
explain
hand.
Ari to you. Okay, it's 5 card. It's 5 card triple draw.
Mm-hmm.
Half the pot goes to like
The
your
best
high
side
hand, your best high hand. So like a royal flush, quads, full house, 2 pair.
Like a normal
Not
hold'em.
stud, but you have 5 cards in your hand, so it's not stud.
Yeah,
But you have it's 5 card triple draw.
I played big bet Archie actually.
But it's 5 card triple draw. You have 3 shots at it.
Okay.
So if you have like trips in your hand, you're trying to make a full house. If you have 2 pair, you're trying to make a full house.
Yeah, I get
Flushes are good, things like that. So your best high hand. Then the other half of the pot goes to the best low hand. You need to have 5 cards 8 or lower.
Okay.
So
it's
ace
5
through
card
8.
triple draw.
Deuce
5 card draw, but you get 3
7
draws.
and like basically like 5 card draw. Like it's
But
the
you get
hybrid.
3
of those.
draws, and there's a
Correct.
community card in this version.
That's right.
When does
They
the
can only be
community card
used
come
for
out?
high. It comes right. So 5, everyone gets still 5 cards and then comes right away.
Okay.
That's the community card.
Oh,
It's
right
an up
away.
card
Okay.
right away.
All right.
So then if it's like it can be anything. Let's say it's a 9.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have 3 9s in your hand, you now have quads.
Okay.
Okay. It can never be used for the low portion of your hand. And then
it can't.
It cannot. So then that's it. And then you just go around and everyone bets. And you see a lot of interesting things. It's a fun game.
I'm sure when the card's under an 8, people pivot and they go all kinds of ways.
But you can't use it for low.
Well, I know,
You
but
can only use it to make a straight.
right.
But
But
it
like,
helps your high hand if you have low
I'm
draws.
just saying you can still pivot off your
Yeah.
low to a high real
Yeah.
quick.
So like example, if you had ace, deuce, 3, 4 and the up card is a 5, you now have a wheel for high, but you have no low. You still have to get that 5th card in your hand that's a 5, 6, 7, or 8
Right.
to qualify
All right.
bow purpose.
I will play, but that counts as my low card as well. And
Done. How about this? Also, I'll let you play deuce to 7 triple draw,
Uh-huh.
and you can make straights and flushes are good. Still counts for you. That's a pretty good edge for you.
all right, I'm in at least 1 session until I become a Ted.
All right, Dr.
All right.
Art.
Dr. Art.
I think you perform really well, to be honest.
Dart. We call him Dirt.
I mean, I know you the cool thing about your game is you do let good players come in and play if they're good action. Like I know you let Patrick Leonard play. He plays
He's
all the
great for
time.
he's great for our
amazing,
game.
right?
He's great for our game.
Yeah.
He may not be good for a no limit game,
Right.
but he's definitely good for a mixed game. And I'm going to tell you this because your audience is mostly no limit hold'em players.
Yeah.
Pretty much every single one out there that plays exclusively no limit hold'em, you're welcome in my game. hands down. Doesn't matter.
Get a shot at
You've ran the sims and you've run the solvers, and you know when you jam with an 8-6 off or something and whatever. I don't care. Okay, come play mixed games with us. I will take every big bet, no limit, and PLO player that's just exclusively that. I welcome them to mix because they have no shot, and it's just fun. And when I tell you that, and they're because they have egos and they're like, oh, but I'm like the best. I'm making like 600 an hour, and I'm like, well, come on and play. Come try to see what you can do in a game called. What's a fun one? Come play Raz with us. Come play Deuce 7 triple draw.
Dramaha, Deuce 7.
Yeah, come play Pot Limit Dramaha, like Badoogie, things like that. And once you do play mix, and I think Justin will attest to this, it's a lot more fun than just playing one game forever. At least have variety. Play just a few times a month. I mean, if you love poker.
If you love poker, come play with Crazy Mike.
Well, come play mixed games in general. Because once you play mixed games and love it, then you'll elevate your way up to my game.
It's true. I think that's the best promo we can kind of end on, honestly. And I mean, that's serious.
Yeah, no problem.
It's
And just as one last thing, the people who invented Phenom Poker, all mixed game players.
That's true.
And if you like to play mixed game, they have like 200, 400 type stakes on there that you can play.
But don't play those right away. Don't make the same mistake I made playing with Justin in 2011, playing 300, 600 right away. Start smaller, people.
Start small.
Protect your bankroll. Learn the game. At least understand the rules. Lower stakes before you jump up high.
That is actually good idea. Yeah.
But no, I really do appreciate you guys inviting me today. Hopefully I spread the gospel of mixed games, and hopefully we at least get 1 or 2 converts that had no idea what mixed games were. Now I've kind of like, made them start thinking there's
audience.
Yes, maybe I started making them think there's more out there than just trying to make a pair with a good kicker. Okay,
that's true. Pair with a good kicker and a low draw. Come on,
yeah,
you got a backup
play for
plan.
both.
Oh,
that's right.
Crazy. Thank you so much. Seriously.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right, that's the pod.
Me and my buddy, we making all of this money. Yeah, I know it's rude to be bragging. They